Hello, guys. Now, welcome to another episode. This is the 15th episode of the Gold Room with Iyabo Ojo. I am super excited. I'm sure you guys are. You're tired hearing this, but I am super excited. I have to look for another word to say super excited. Okay, I am. I'm happy. Yeah, very, very happy. And today, yes, I am bringing one of my own Fanunia Bebe, yeah, one of my own fan on this show. He is an amazing musician. Yes, an amazing musician. And you guys know him. You know him. How are you, my friend? Hey, my favorite. Let's just,
Yes.
oh my God.
Yes.
Guys, Johnny Drille, one of my favorite. I love his music. I love all your music.
Thank you.
And sometimes Paulo doesn't just have a choice. He needs to accept it,
I
that I'm a fan.
don't know if it's a bigger fan between you and the but I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
No, honestly, I mean, you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Your music, they make a lot of sense,
Thank you.
very matured,
Yeah.
and I just love your music.
Thank you so much. And I think you should know as well, I'm a big fan of your work. I follow all your TikTok. I'm one of those silent followers. I'm just watching everything.
What?
And just cracking up.
Yes.
Things in the work you do, even in movies and all the things. I'm just talking about all the million
No.
things that you do. Say that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, why music?
Music because I think it's the only thing I've ever been good at. I don't really have a lot of like all the type of skills. Maybe I've not honed them, but for me it's just music, especially growing up in church. Being part of the children's choir.
Okay.
I was just
Oh.
always fascinated by music and just how sounds worked and how me just learning how to play the keyboard by myself. It was just so intriguing.
Or you
Um,
learnt it yourself?
yeah, I mean, to
Wow.
be honest, everything I know about music, a lot of it I've learned myself, from music production to mixing and mastering.
Wow.
It's just like I'm very curious. Like when I see something that's really interesting, I want to know how it works. Like I'm doing like this deep research and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I love music, so I guess that's why music.
That's why one of your music I love. How are you, my
Yeah.
friend? That was a very nice one. I did a
Thank
TikTok
you.
on that one of my friend, I think.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
You
I
saw
saw it.
it.
I posted it. It was you and a
Yeah.
friend of yours.
Yes, I
Yeah.
really love that music.
Thank
I
you.
do. I do. So we found out recently that you're married. You broke hearts too.
Did I?
You crushed hearts. All those it's Johnny Drill now. You just like I saw different emoji of tears, and I was like, oh, sorry, guys. How are you able to keep that a secret?
Okay. First of all, I think if people's hearts got broken,
Yeah.
you can't hold me responsible. Like it's just, I mean, to be honest, I think we owe it to like our circle of friends
Hmm.
that we're able to keep a lid on it. And,
Wow.
it's funny. It was 120 guests.
Hmm.
For some reason, nobody spilled for
120 and nobody spilled.
yeah for almost
Man,
2 years.
You need to hold that circle tight.
Yeah, I know. And, I think for us, we just wanted to be able to just keep it away from, because I'm a very private person, and
Yeah.
my lady as well. She's very private as well. So
Okay.
just wanted to be able to keep it as noise free as
As
possible.
possible.
As people say this thing that people only see what you want them to see, what you show
Yes.
them. So
Yeah.
for us, it's just something we wanted to keep personal. And,
Yeah, that
big shout out
was.
to the friends and guests that
Yes. Well, we were not opportune to be at the wedding, you know. Well, it's okay. We forgive you. We understand. So, crushers and crushes. Sorry.
Please keep crushing.
Yeah, please keep crushing anyway from a distance. Yes. So, how has the journey been for you?
It's been amazing. I can't ask for more.
Was
Especially thinking about
sorry, was your road, was it like smooth all through, rough in between, or
for the
I
kind of
mean,
music that I do, I don't think the road is ever smooth.
mm,
Even for those of us that have kind of been able to make it out and still stay relevant over the years. A lot of people think I started making music last year, but the truth is
no,
I've been making
no,
music since actively since 2013.
yeah,
So give or take, that's like it's pretty much 10 years.
okay,
Um, and I wouldn't say it was easy. The
mm,
times I would pull up in, you know, the times I'll come to Lagos,
mm-hmm,
I'll make money in Benin because I stay in Benin. I'll make money in
okay,
Benin, some money in Benin, come to Lagos and spend all of it just trying to push my music,
music
going for
promoting,
interviews, doing free shows here and there. So it wasn't easy for me. Um, but again, big shout out to the people that came before us, the Ashlas of this world, the Bezos,
yeah,
the etc., the Jeremiah Giangs, I know I'm forgetting some people. But those guys kind of in a way made it easier for us. But I definitely wouldn't say it was easy. It's pretty tough, especially knowing that a lot of the attention is on Afrobeats, core
yeah,
Afrobeats,
yeah,
at least over the years. People kind of left the crumbs for people like us, but
yeah,
somehow we picked we picked the crumbs and
and you're making
you
something
made
good
made
out
it
of
into
it,
something.
yeah.
But I'm grateful for the fans. They're the reason why I'm
Yes, they are definitely the
here.
reasons why you're here. So I
Yeah,
wanted to ask that the music industry,
yeah.
does it favor your kind of music?
Mm.
Because like you said, hip hop is the thing where is that just for the fan, or like that's also like in the industry? It's just like the attention is it more on just hip hop?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely more attention on the popular music, which
Yeah,
is like you said, Afropop.
yeah,
You know, um, but I mean, I think that again, not to sound ungrateful,
mm,
but I think that we're blessed with so much more music than than just the Afropop that everybody kind of is into.
mm,
There's so many different styles of music. But I think that if you're able to find an audience for your sound,
mm,
you will do great things. I pretty much do the shows I do every year, the cultural Zoom live shows, and we pretty much sell out every year. And
mm,
people that are first timers at the show, I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know this guy had this many fans, that kind of thing.
mm.
Um, so we're definitely staying afloat. We're making money. I assure you, we're probably making more money
No,
than a
and
lot of
a
than
lot
some
of the
pop acts. Because
yeah.
the thing is, to be honest, like if you wanna if you're doing a wedding, there's
Mm-hmm.
only probably three artists that will come to mind.
Yeah,
You probably Johnny Drille, like Chike, or this
yeah.
guy or that guy, that kind of thing. And then
And
there.
there's good money there.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm grateful. I'm sure everybody in my kind of field are grateful because I
Mm,
think we're grateful enough to be making good enough money to take care of ourselves and our families and
yeah,
invest here and there. But again, ultimately, it's all to the fans that come out for us, that support the music.
music. But to me now, in those days you can count the amount of musicians you have. These days, I mean,
I know.
how you guys coping? Like, it's like every young, is it Jay-Z they call them, want to be a musician.
Gen Z.
And I'm like, the industry, is it wide enough to accommodate
There is
everybody?
money in the industry, so
There's
everybody
money.
goes where the money is. So trust
So
me,
you
this.
think most people are there for the money and not the talent?
Um,
Or you just feel like we have so much talent in Nigeria and everybody's just trying to
I
tap
think it's
into?
both. Number one, Nigeria is hard. It's not denying the fact Nigeria is
Yeah.
hard. So any sure way to get to that money, to get to that bag,
Yes.
people would, you know. But I also believe we're immensely blessed with so much talent.
Yeah.
I don't think that we've even tapped this like 1% of it. There's so much hidden talent in the country. I just wish that the country would get better, and
Mm.
be able to help these talents to grow,
To
to
grow.
sprout, and become something. Let's see Burna Boy. Like who would have thought Whiskey Davido
Yeah.
doing amazing things
Yeah.
outside the country. Rema, right,
Yeah.
having the biggest one of the biggest songs in the world right now. We
Yeah.
calm down. So it's the African spirit, the Nigerian spirit. There's nowhere we go that we do not succeed,
Yeah.
and so I definitely think we have great talent. But I also understand that almost everybody's an artist. I was
Almost
joking.
everybody.
I was,
Almost like my DMs are
yeah.
so filled up with so many. Because I do TikTok.
Yeah.
So every time, please help me promote my music, please. But I'm like, guys, no, I have their life. How many people am I going to promote their music? Like,
Sometimes
I can't even keep count.
it almost feels like there's more artists than the audience.
There is definitely more artists in the because no, honestly, they can't understand
Yeah.
the amount of people I have in my DMs telling me to listen to their music. I'm like,
Oh man,
okay.
I don't even want to imagine. It's just
It's crazy.
yeah.
So how was growing up for you?
Hmm. Um. So I grew up in Benin.
Okay.
Both my parents are pastors.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a pastor.
I know. And to be honest, when I initially started doing love songs, I'm sure it was hard for them because
Yeah.
pastors and spiritual people they expect that
Yes, become a pastor, a minister.
eventually, and you be speaking the word and
Mm,
singing gospel music, that kind of thing. But for me, I'm still very much a Christian. I strongly believe in God. I have
mm,
faith, and but I didn't think that my place in this world was within the four walls of church.
mm,
I always felt there was some purpose for me outside of church.
mm.
So I'm sure that was hard for them. But over the years, they've kind of become more accepting, and they support
Accepting.
my dad called me today. He was just like, Johnny, how are you, my friend? They are playing this song everywhere. I was like, okay. But growing up was great. I have one older sister and three
Okay.
younger brothers. One of them's here.
Okay. It looks so much like
Yeah,
you.
well, actually, most of us, the brothers, we all look alike. You
Oh.
would be surprised. But growing up was good. Lived most of my life in Benin. I think I
Oh,
lived
my
in
mom
Benin.
is from Edo.
Oh, serious?
Her mom's side. My mom's
Oh,
mom is from
yeah.
Benin City.
So you have Benin blood in you.
Yeah, I do. So I
Nice.
will say call.
Can you say another one, sister?
What year?
What year?
When you say call, you say what year?
No,
I think that's
so when you say actually, so when you say what year, you can say oh yes, say
oh yes, say
yes.
yes. Then I know when you say amen is say
Yeah, Ise.
At
Ise.
least I know one or two. I tried.
No, that's good. That's good. Well done. Well done.
I try.
Yeah.
Okay. So your upbringing you had.
Yeah. It was, but it was pretty conservative upbringing, and it was pretty quiet as well. My parents
Okay.
were disciplinarians. I feel like that was most Nigerian parents.
Yeah.
Um, but altogether, it was fun. It was
But
fun.
sometimes when they say parents are disciplinarians, sometimes I feel it's good
Yeah.
because it kind of helps keep you in
Hmm.
check.
Of course.
Unlike kids of nowadays,
Mhm.
sometimes when I see comments on some pages
Yeah.
and I go through their page to check them out, they're
Mhm.
very young children, and
Yeah.
I'm wondering the audacity you
Mhm.
have to, throw insults and talk to
Yep.
people anyhow. In our days, you cannot because
Yeah.
the fear of just even trying to, insult an elderly person
Yeah.
is the beginning of beating for you.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So sometimes it's good, but not too much. When
Yeah.
it's too much, then it becomes like child abuse. But
Absolutely. I think drawing
when
the line
mm,
at that child abuse point, but
mm,
I definitely when I eventually have kids, of course I'm not going to want them to feel afraid of their parents or their mom or their dad, but
yeah,
I also would make sure that they know who's in control,
okay.
who's in charge. Like you can't just be unruly and you can't just be whatever you want to be. You have to stay within certain disciplines and
Yeah,
within certain bounds.
because they have to be grounded.
Exactly.
They
And the
do.
thing with social media these days that it kind of makes everybody feel like they're some type of god, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And because you don't know where they are. You sometimes don't even have a profile, so you don't even know who this person is. But you
Mm.
just I hide behind the keeper and just saying
And just say,
so
yeah,
much bad things about people, so
yeah.
much and
It's really
no
bad.
repercussions,
Yeah, it's
unfortunately.
really, really bad. Really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
So, you- you've done music, you into mixing of music,
Yeah,
right?
mixing and mastering, yes.
And mastering. What's
Yeah.
that? When you say mixing and
So,
mastering?
how to explain? So when artists go into studio to record the music, they
Mm-hmm.
just record it in a raw form, right?
Okay.
So me saying into this microphone like this is a recording.
Okay.
Getting that recording from a place where it's raw form to a more finished product in
Okay.
terms of how do
Putting
I
sound,
yeah, like
putting
fine
bass,
tuning,
managing.
shaping the sound. It's
Yeah.
almost like when you're molding like a pot. and you have it on that thing that rolls, and then you just put the clay. When
Okay.
you put the clay, that's really just its first form, right?
Okay.
But then you have to kind of shape it
Shape
and
it.
make sure that the
Is that
sound
why most
is
times when
perfect.
when I'm listening to the songs, it's like they have this microphone or something in their voice? It doesn't sound real.
Yeah, I mean, so that is when it's overdone, because there's a lot of when people use
Oh,
over auto tune the vocals.
okay. That's because
That's
sometimes I
too
wonder why
much.
is this person sounding like they have like a
So
machine
yeah,
or
exactly.
something
So
vibrating from
that
their
is
voice.
bad mixing.
Okay.
So good mixing is it's great getting it to that place where it's just, I mean, like, great songs have are only great when they're well mixed and
Okay.
mastered.
So what is next for Johnny Drill?
Ooh, what is next for Johnny Drill? I wish Ogapolo would be here to bear witness to this. What is next for Johnny Drill is we're taking the Johnny's Room Live experience, the Johnny Drill shows experience, to outside
Okay.
of Nigeria for the first time.
Okay.
We've done Nigeria for the last 5 years.
Okay.
Did Lagos multiple times, all 5 years. Abuja as well, Benin. We're hoping to take it to more cities this year,
Yeah.
but we're also hoping to take it to the UK,
Hopefully, yeah.
and working with Ogapolo on that. And
Yeah, he told me.
yeah, we'd see how that plays
Yeah, he
out.
told me. So, guys, by the time you get to see this show, they might have done the trip, or they might actually be preparing to do it. So, but they are definitely going to do it. I
Yes,
believe so much in your music. I love your music, and I
thank you.
feel it brings a lot of healing to the soul and love.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of
yes,
love message, and
thank
sometimes,
you.
yeah, your music is very deep. I think a little bit of spiritual if
Yeah.
if you
Hmm.
follow the tune, and I love that. So you and Don Jazzy are kind
Yeah.
of close.
Yeah.
So do you guys have like a business relationship
So
or what?
I am signed to Maven Records. I've been making Maven
Okay.
Records since 2017.
Okay.
So what's that? That's it's about 6 years now. This year is 6 years. Um, yeah. So I mean, Jazzy's an amazing person. If you've ever met him, you know that
He is.
he's
He is.
down to earth.
Very
He don't
humble.
exactly he don't take nothing serious. It's just he just wants to live life and be happy
Yeah.
and enjoy. And it's always great working with him. I had a session with him about 2 days ago,
Okay.
and every session I have with Jazzy, some of my quickest sessions. Sometimes you work with artists and you have to spend like 8 hours, 10 hours in the studio.
Yeah.
The maximum amount of time I've spent with Jazzy in the studio is probably like 3 4 hours, and then we have the full song. How I Met
Hmm.
My Friend was done. We made out with my friend in like 3 hours. Same
Wow.
with Believe Me, So he's a great person to work with. He understands music, especially
Yeah.
Afrobeat in and out. So it's like straight to the point.
Point. Yeah.
And I'm grateful to be part of Maven, and to have been privileged enough to make music with
Yeah. Don Jazzy, thumbs up.
him.
Oh, we love you. Well
Yes.
done. Well done. Well done. How did you know that she was the one?
Hmm. Um. So I'm a person that gets deep convictions. The only way I can explain it is that it's a very strong gut feeling
Mm.
about some things that I have, and I just kind of go with it. Sometimes I want to believe that it's God kind of
Mm.
speaking to you in a way.
Mhm.
Um, but I know that the first time I ever saw her, it was at a show. At least the
Mm.
first time I ever noticed her was at a show, one of my
Okay.
shows. It was Journalism Live, the very first Journalism Live in um, 2018. She
Okay.
was just sitting right there in front. So there was a white woman, there's a white lady, and then there was her.
Mm.
At some point, I kind of thought both of them were white, but at that point,
Yeah.
I know in my head that I was just like, two white people at the John Drew show. Okay,
Yeah. She's mixed race.
yeah, she's mixed.
Yeah.
Like two white people at John Drew show. Okay. Um, but I know we when I was working on the next show, Abuja show, we got talking, and I think we met in October.
Hmm.
By January, I knew I was gonna marry this woman.
You knew.
I knew it was her.
Straight up.
There's no, there was no, and I told her, like, at that point, that this is gonna happen. And
I guess you'll think like, oh, you're joking,
yeah, no,
Jerry.
that's what I'm saying. For me, it was just deep convictions, and
Yeah.
it's funny. I'd never. A lot of people would not believe this, but she was my first girlfriend. I never had a girlfriend before then.
Really?
Yes.
Were you a
Uh,
virgin?
She was my first girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah. So I married the first woman that I said I love you to. So,
Oh
and
my
I always wanted it to
God.
be that
Oh,
way. But I
that's
mean,
so
it don't
sweet.
have to work for everybody that way. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
that's
for
my
you.
story, but
Yeah.
that's how it played out. Um,
Your first girlfriend. Wow.
yeah, I know.
She's lucky. Well, you both are lucky to
Yeah, we
find
both
each
are.
other. I
We
don't like
both
to say guys are lucky.
are.
I'm a feminist in a way.
We all are lucky.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, guys, for the young ones out there, I always like, when I bring people on my show, I always would like to advise the young ones out there because I'm sure there are a lot of young ones out there that look up to you
Yeah.
and say, "Oh, I want to be like Johnny Drill one day,"
Mm-hmm.
and probably they don't know how to go about
Yeah.
it. So, I mean, what's your advice for them?
I think first of all, you should be inspired by people, but do not want to be them because you'll never be them. There can only be so many copycats of John Drill or so many copycats of Wizkid.
Yeah.
But the truth is that if you decide to be a copycat, you can never get to the level those guys got to. So it's about finding your own voice and finding your place in this world and just being confident enough and courageous because it's not going to come easy. Nothing comes easy. People think that people like Davido got it easy. I don't think he did. He
No,
had to go
no.
through a lot of hurdles
No.
to be where he is with kids and every other person. Burner, right? Burner has been in the scene for God knows how long. But
For a very long time.
and now people are just beginning to, so it's not going to be easy, but you have to be ready, your heart, your mind, and just go for it and push regardless of the circumstances. And something about consistency. If you stay at something that you're good at for long enough, it's only a matter of time before things start to work out for your good. And that's my wish for everyone out there. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
guys, so we're going to go to the next segment, which
Okay.
is you get to, well, the other presenters that came on the show, I had to always drink, but for you, I know that you're my person. You're going to ask me a very, light question.
Okay.
I'm bribing you already.
Okay.
So yeah, you become the presenter.
Okay.
And then you get to ask me one question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
What do you think for you has been the hardest thing to raising children? Your kids?
Lack of finance.
Mm.
Yes. When you have when you have a child, you want to give your child so much.
Yeah.
So much. And then you find out that the pockets no to rest like that, and it hurts you as a parent when you can do certain things for your children when you want to do it. I remember when they were younger, I wanted them to go to Disneyland because they always watching and they always, Mommy, I want to go to Disneyland, but I couldn't afford it at a time, and by the time I could, they were already in their teenage, but I mean, they still went, So those times when you want to do things for your children and you can't afford to do it at that time, it's really very hard. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's so.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, well done to you.
Thank you.
I personally think I have to say this thing because I don't think I said to you off camera. I say it on camera for people to know. So the first time I ever met Iyabo Ojo, I did not know her from anywhere. We were following each other on social media at some point, right?
Yeah.
And then I was having my album listening, and I wanted to invite some people in the industry. I didn't really have a lot of friends in the industry, and I just realized, okay, I'm following Iyabo Ojo. Let me just try and message this woman. I was expecting nothing. I was like, if she comes, glory be to God. But I'm not even expecting her to come. But I did message you, and you responded, asked for the details, and I just took my mind off it. I was like, there's no way she's coming. She don't know me from nowhere. And then on the day of the event, I'm performing and I look to my left and I see Iyabo Ojo walking into the building. I was like, what? How did you come? Why did you come? You didn't have any reason. And that day it was just so heartwarming for me that you would do that for someone you barely knew. and that just says a lot about your kind of person, and
Thank
I
you.
appreciated that day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's good to be good and it's good to be nice
Yeah,
because you never know. I never knew that you and Polo will even become close,
I know, right? Small
So it's
world.
a very small world. It is
Yeah.
indeed. It is. All right. Thank you so much. High five.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me. This was fun.
You
I
like
totally
it?
enjoyed this. Yeah.
I know because you're a very private person. So it's not easy to get Johnny Drill to talk unless he's talking with his music.
Of course.
Yes.
Unless I'm talking with Iyabo Ojo.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. So for your fans and for my crew, they want you to
Especially your
sing.
crew.
Especially my crew. Yeah, they want you to sing. Would you?
Okay, let me do a bit of Howie, my friend.
Okay.
How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes he be like, say, nobody send you, that's when I did for you, my friend.
Okay. I did for you, my
My
friend.
friend.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I hope you had fun. 'Cause I
Absolutely,
did.
100% I did.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching this show. I hope, well, girls, I'm sorry. Those of you that are disappointed that he's married, don't worry. Your own is right there by the corner. But thank you so much for staying tuned, watching the show. Like I tell you, drop your comments, reservations, observation, whatever it is you want to say. We will read. We'll get back to you on that. But do not forget to put on your notification. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.